Obviously that you want to work with others. Would that extend to perhaps working with the UK government to see if you can rule out the problems with the current gender recognition bill?
We've already offered to do that. Whether you agree or disagree
it's not
with
just
the
the UK government, but it's not just the UK government which has issues with this bill.
No, but let me just develop this point. I accept that point. It's more than the UK government. You've asked me about the UK government's actions. A bill that has been passed by the majority of the Parliament, with members of every single political party.
It's the first time the UK government has used Section 35.
Vetoed.
More than 300
Yes.
bills in 24 years, and this is the first bill that they have used Section 35 on.
Exactly, to stoke a culture war, because that is exactly what they're looking to do.
Or to uphold UK equality legislation, perhaps.
Well, it took them around 20 years to overrule the Seoul Convention, and they've now used it multiple times.
Do you think you are capable of being First Minister, given your questionable record on justice and health?
Well, I would argue, actually, that on justice, for example, brought forward additional protections for those suffering domestic abuse. Of course, I was also the Justice Secretary who gave the pardon and promised to bring forward a pardon for minors as part of the miners' strike. I could point to many other areas where...
You made very heavy work of the hate crime bill under that brief. You've got the longest waiting times on record in the NHS.
That's a really good example, actually, that hate crime bill. So it was a hate crime bill that, again, not unlike GRR, had a lot of opposition to begin with. Look, I think people can look across the NHS right across the UK and they can see that we have systems and health systems greatly challenged due to the global pandemic. I'm hopeful that given the fair pay deal we put on the table, we can once again be the only nation in the UK
by
has
throwing money at that problem.
Action.
If you were First Minister, you would have tens of thousands of other public sector workers who would also then expect that sort of money to be offered to them. How would you balance the books then?
So where there's challenges, it's my problem, but where there's solutions, it's because of some other magic money tree that has solved.
But you would have to balance the books. If you were, you'd be expected to do similar for other. You would be expected to make other similar promises to other public sector workers if you were First Minister.
I also have to balance the budget within health too.